So, in the gallery at the moment we have a solo show on for Zura. Now, Zura is an artist out of Brooklyn who was actually born in the Republic of Georgia. Now, we've been working with Zura for over the last year, and we know him for his monumental sculptures. Now, these sculptures are in estates in Greenwich and in the Hamptons, and they're often large animals, especially bulls, bull with the horns. They go for $50,000 to $100,000, and that's what he's known for around New York. Now, when we first went to his studio and saw these paintings, which you can see around the room, we were amazed because it was completely a kind of a contrasting side of him that we hadn't seen before. Now, he's an academic by nature. He studied for 9 years at a Fine Art Academy, 5 years in Russia, 4 years in Georgia, 4 years fine art, 5 years sculpture. So he's very much kind of an academic guy, serious academic background. Yet he creates these whimsical characters when he paints, which are again a complete contrast to the style he's known for. But we really love them, and we started showing them to a few clients down here in Fort Lauderdale. As I say, what we like to do is bring artists, international artists, national artists, artists that people haven't seen in Fort Lauderdale. Bring them to Fort Lauderdale and see what people think. The response was phenomenal, which is why we've now put on this solo show. So you've got a lot of characters like this one here. This is one of my favourites. This is the wolves at the door. But what I love about it, even though if you look at a lot of the characters you see around the room, again, they're very playful, they're very simple, they have that naive Picasso style. But a lot of them have a kind of an underlying message or a little bit more dark undertones. So this one here, the wolves at the door, this is interesting. This is the president of Georgia, this little bit of collage here. And this is from a newspaper article. The president of Georgia, it's a bit of a crazy situation. This president, the whole country hates him. And it sounds crazy, he's in office now, but this is a picture of him actually out with a massage therapist that he flew over just to go out with him for a few weeks, and he wants to be a pop star or a celebrity, and he is out every night in these different hot spots around Georgia getting photographed by the paparazzi. Not obviously how a president should behave. Things have got so bad that the rest of the government, they have a parliamentary system as well, so their premier minister is actually cutting off the president from spending money. He bought a plane, one of the most expensive private planes in the world, and the Prime Minister took it away from him. They even cut off the power to the equivalent of the White House because of the money that this guy was spending. So what this refers to as the wolves at the door, it relates directly to a story that's talking about the president here. So while the president is out being frivolous with the country's money, there are old people during this quite tough winter in Georgia that were freezing in their homes because they couldn't afford to heat them. So this bit of writing here in Georgian refers to the fact that the nation is now getting angry because you have this crazy president out partying while old people are dying in their homes. So the wolf here now represents the nation, who are literally now the wolves at the door, waiting to just tear this guy apart. So it is, as much as it's a playful, whimsical character, as I say, there is a darker undertone which relates to Zura's homeland. So a lot of the work, some of them have these undertones, some of them, as I say, are just very playful in nature. But amazing works from a very talented guy. Again, someone to watch out for. The first show we did with him in New York, our expo, the booth sold out. And we'll be doing a lot with him in our space, our auction space in Brooklyn and our gallery space in Manhattan from September. So Zura, Z-U-R-A, another guy to look out for.